Minister, you're welcome to the House. I think this is my first time to address you since this government was formed. Firstly, Minister, I want to welcome the reopening of the country as it's happening in a clear, managed way. I also want to congratulate you over the last 12 months. Your calm, I suppose, way of dealing with questions on live media about the state of the economy, the damage COVID is doing to the economy, has been remarkable and does exude a certain amount of confidence in people and helps them to relax. Now, we're talking about banks today. I grew up at a time, the only time I ever saw my father wear a suit was when he was going to a funeral or going to the bank. And I remember my first encounter with the bank as a young corporal to buy my first house in Galway. And I remember how the bank manager bent over backwards to do everything to help me. 10 years later, when I had run a business and run it badly into the ground and had lost everything I owned, that same bank manager held my hand as we walked through a liquidation process. And yes, in the end, he did take my house, or his bank took my house, but at least I was able to sit and talk to him. I remember the day I went in to tell him I was broke. He sat me down and ordered coffee and biscuits. And how were we going to solve the problem? How were we going to solve the problem? I've heard people here today talking about how banks are about the community. They're not. They're about shareholders now. The community has no place anymore. The banks will do what the shareholders need them to do. And at the end of the day, I really pity people like you, Minister, who have to deal with these people. We saw in 2008 how they lied through their teeth with respect to the state of the economy and with respect to the state of their own balance sheets. They lied through their teeth and they made the citizens of this country pay for their recklessness. We talk about competition. I do not want to see the competition we had in the crazy mid-90s right up to the mid-2000s. I do not want to see that competition again. I do not want to see banks coming into this country to suck the life and soul out of the taxpayers and the hard-working people of this country. I want you to control the system as best you can. Yes, it is bad that now we're down to 3 banks in this country and competition will be limited. What's even worse is the limitations we're putting on credit unions. I was talking to some people there recently. The maximum amount you can hold in savings in a credit union now is €30,000. And for people who are living in rural Ireland who don't have access to a local bank branch, they may have access to a credit union. And I think that we need to give the credit unions more space. I heard my colleague speaking about Senator Coyne about the Sparkesi system. I think we need to go and look at that a little bit more carefully and to see where we're going with respect to community banking. I've been to Germany and I looked at some of the community banking systems there and how they've been involved in the development of infrastructure in the cities, not just personal loans, not just mortgages, but infrastructure, seed capital for factories. They've been involved in every aspect of community, and that's what we need in this country. Sadly, I'm at an age where I've been using technology, I've been teaching technology for 25 years before I came in here and using technology all of that time. But it still amuses me when I ring my bank and I'm asked, press 1 for this, press 2 for that, key in your membership number or your account number, now key in your personal access PIN. And you're going through all of these steps to eventually get a machine that will tell you that they've now provided you with a new password for your internet banking account. You never get to talk to a human being anymore. Where are the bank managers who used to have human empathy? Where are the bank managers who are going to help the small businesses of this country get back on their feet, who have been crucified over the last 12 months, albeit that you have supported them well? But they now need their banks to step up to the plate and support them for the rest of the time. So we do need a change of view. We do need, as my colleague Senator Burke said, we do need the central bank to be a little bit less academic, I suppose, in their approach and a little bit more human. And with the few seconds I have left, Senator Burke mentioned PCP. I wonder, is that the next bubble we're waiting to burst? And if it does, where is that going to land our economy? Minister, I congratulate you for what you're doing, and I look forward to seeing you work us out of this disaster of COVID. Thank you.